Welcome, Francisco.
Hello? It's not quite working. Sorry. Microfone não está. Agora não. Ah, sim, agora. Obrigado. Isto faz sempre parte destes falsos arranques. Então, good afternoon. I'm Francisco Miranda. I'm the founder of Spot Games. Okay, not helping? Okay, sorry. Okay, so we are an impact enterprise, and our purpose is to guarantee that every student has a education quality. Every student in the sense that not everybody has a chance to have opportunities to grow in terms of qualifications. So we're very connected with the Sustainable Development Goal of the UN 4. We have been working 10 years with schools in vulnerable contexts, starting just by here, Bairro de Cruz, one of the biggest one of Portugal and in Spain, the biggest slum with one of the schools with more problems. We started there trying to work with the teachers and the kids from those realities and trying to find strategies. And what we found is that the traditional model, that it's based on an authoritarian model, it's still a very exposition model to expose the kids to a lot of content. And it's always memorized and pressure them to train and memorize again. So it's this very old system contrasted with the new way kids are always now trying to engage and searching, where they have to have agency, they have to feel that they will dictate the way that they will learn. They're very action-driven and with a lot of feedback. These two systems are almost breaking, and that is resulting in a engagement crisis. This is true everywhere with students. It's even more so in this type of context where parents don't pressure kids the same way because they don't value the school system as the middle class or upper middle class do. So what we do, we produce tools for teachers to transform schools and their classrooms into game zones. There's a lot of talk about the resistance of the system, but what we found out is the teachers are already searching of these types of solutions. They are struggling and they want help and they want to innovate, but they are stuck in this old model. But we believe with the right tools, we can really make it into a game zone. So why gamification in learning? Well, we think that learning are just like games are just ideal learning environments. In games, like you are always optimistic over final outcome. When you fail, you try again and try, and you don't mind. You don't feel exposed. You're protected by a character. You can distanciate yourself from the failure stigma, and you work different competencies that you don't even know about, and it's also an ideal environment where you could cooperate with your teachers, your colleagues, and your parents in a fun way and not traditional way. So we think this approach is a winning approach, and we have to stop looking at games as the enemy, but games as our biggest ally. We have now 4 games, even though we started as an enterprise only 8-9 months ago. Academia Outliers will be presented by my partner Bernardo in the afternoon. But explaining it's an app that it's built to transform the school into like a parliament where kids learn about the cidadania desenvolvimento, citizenship and development. They learn how to propose actions and build a government, a mini government, implement those actions, and then repeat those cycles. And so they learn about the content of the curriculum. It's a new subject. It's called Cidadania e Desenvolvimento, and it was lacking strategies to pass the content. So we developed that directly with the government, with the Secretary of State of Citizenship and Equality, and it's really expanding. The other game, it's our oldest game and with more interactions, is Any Kid. Is a school. Is for promoting school success, and in this game, the kid is now a hero. It goes through a hero's journey. So a hero always gets out of their sometimes village or their comfort place. They has to grow, like surpass challenges, and then face its fears, symbolized sometimes in a creature. So we replicated this notion with kids that were failing in school, and instead of being math, it's like ingenuity. Instead of being like mother tongue or Portuguese, it was like eloquence, and we substituted that, and they really started thriving and having feedback, and always doing exercises in this new narrative. The results have been impressive. It's a social impact bond we're doing in Vendas Novas, directly with the Bureau of Education. So it has like contractualized outcomes that are connected to school success, and the results having been great in terms of the engagement and even the increase on the exams. So it's really already producing scientific improvements. The other one is SLAP. It's here in Carnide as well. It's like I don't know how to say this, a caderneta de cromos, like a sticker book, where you explore around Carnide, do little activations where you have to learn about the history of Carnide, and you gain like a currency, and then you trade it to these stickers. You put it on a book. And O Nosso Chão is a game where kids learn how to take care of their space or their own neighborhood as well. We're doing that in Marvila. This is this school year with already lots of participants. Next year, we are scaling fine. Thank you. We have a new game, the social currency, where people learn about the UN Sustainable Goals, and they convert actions into a social currency that then can impact projects, local projects. We are growing on all the games with different partners and clients. Our clients are usually the centralized government or the local government, municipalities usually, that implement these games. Our partners of development, we are very close to Santa Casa Misericordia de Lisboa, it's Portugal's biggest charity. We're in Casa do Impacto, and we are making this social currency game in partnership with them for enterprises. Technically Lisboa, because we came from an engineering background, and they are always mentoring us in the gamification part, and we're kind of aiming to have AI systems built into our games. The DGE, the Bureau of Education, with these social impact bonds, they dictate which outcomes are relevant for them, so there can be an appropriation, and the Secretary of State of Citizenship and Equality. We also have developing partners that are experts in different fields. So what we are good at doing is to make the learning compelling. We are not experts on the content. So for the junior achievement in Portugal, we gamified also their contents, making more engaging and more widespread. The Resto Chão, there are architects and urbanists that know how to change cities, so which action will contribute to change the municipalities. The Give and Take Lab is the social currency, and the My Polish is like they are the experts on participation, how to connect millennials and politics. So we also always leverage the knowledge of partners to grow our games and grow this impact. We also have like funding, social funding still. It's not purely a client-driven enterprise. Mainly Deloitte and Santander, and Portugal Inovação Social among them is the biggest one. We're grown from 2 people enterprise 8 years ago for 7 now full-time, and more for people part-time. This is very important to mix the type of expertise you are trying to gain. The hardest one is always game design, so good news for the ones who are thinking about specializing. What we did is grab a handful of talented educators and psychologists and project managers, and let's study about game design, and let's implement, and let's use this lab of 10,000 students playing weekly and learn how to gamify and be good eventually with good results. I didn't want to be this to expose this much, but I'm feeling my time is running out. If you have any questions about our process or path, please make a question. Thank you. Alguém tem alguma pergunta? Any questions? Well, thank you.